Let's move on now. For many globally and even more in India, the world came to a virtual halt as the popular messaging app WhatsApp witnessed an outage for a few hours. Meta released a statement an hour into the outage saying that they were fixing the problem. What exactly happened and how big was the crisis of communication during the outage? More in this report.
Millions of people all over the world heaved a sigh of relief as WhatsApp resumed services after a nearly 2-hour-long global outage, the longest global one yet, and the most major disruption of services since last year. According to real-time monitor Down Detector, the outage peaked at 12:30 p.m. Indian time with over 10,000 complaints from India alone. Most reports were about messages not going through, while others reported server disconnection and the app crashing altogether. Many took to other social media platforms like Twitter to share their frustration in the form of memes. WhatsApp, which has about 2 billion active users worldwide, is owned by Meta, which issued a statement saying it was working on the problem and said it fixed the issue soon after. The problem appeared to be a technical glitch at their end. WhatsApp is a critical platform for personal users and businesses alike. The last time it was disrupted was last year in October when the platform went offline for a staggering 6 hours along with other Meta subsidiaries like Instagram and Facebook. This time too it triggered panic among users but fortunately was restored soon after. Nayantara Singh for NDTV.
This WhatsApp weakness. Let's discuss this with our guest, Deverakonda Kumar, founder and chief executive, Value Research, Sanchita Mukherjee, economic observer and senior financial services professional. Deverakonda Kumar, coming first to you, what's the level of dependence of people, especially in India, to WhatsApp? Because anecdotally, we talk about how WhatsApp sways opinion, but can its influence be gauged by the helplessness people felt today as the app crashed briefly?
Oh, absolutely. Any device or any app on which 1/4 of the humanity depends, that has become the mode of communication. It's no longer a text messaging system. It is used for calling, and it is increasingly getting integrated in the business processes. You would have seen a lot of business services mounted on WhatsApp. So, and it has, it's a great advancement. So, if it comes to a standstill, it is like, the pipeline getting choked.
Sanchita, how has Meta been able to capture the Indian market specifically in such a huge manner? I mean, there are other social messaging apps as well, but WhatsApp seems to be by far one of the most popular in India.
Thanks for having me over. And what I'm saying is not an investment advice. However, this is a very good question, which I would like to address in this manner. For Meta, which is the family of apps, WhatsApp being one of them, Instagram, Facebook, India is the largest market. And Tier 2, Tier 3 cities are in fact possibly over 50% of the users of these family of apps. Be it from digital advertising to hosting smaller businesses to spending, it is all done through this family of apps, which is your Meta. So Meta's plans for India is actually huge and significantly stated as per their CEO as well. This outage, I believe, has affected close to, I was reading media reports, 28,000 users in India and almost 67,000 in UK and 4,000 in Hong Kong. The last year when this kind of a situation had happened, there was a loss of $160 billion of revenue to the world.
Okay. Deverakonda, but there are other apps like Telegram, which are say more popular in countries like Central Asia, in Russia. Then what exactly explains particularly WhatsApp's popularity in India?
No, that is so true of any technology first mover advantage. The winner takes it all because the network effect kicks in. If I have WhatsApp and most people have WhatsApp, then you having Telegram doesn't help. So unless somebody else has too, and these are closed systems, so to say. You can't send a message. They are not open system the way our telecom systems work, that you have a Geo connection, I have a Airtel connection, and I can send you a text from here. If I have to send a message on WhatsApp, you should have WhatsApp too. And when that, in India they were the first mover before it became part of Facebook. And once they achieve the threshold scale, then then it is winner takes it all.
Sanchita, now despite privacy concerns regarding Meta, why does the large amount of population rely on this social media platform? Is privacy not a concern then for a large population in India?
I quite agree with Dhirendra ji when he said 1A is the sheer population size and the penetration to tier 2 and tier 3 cities. And the fact is, when you're trying to conduct, say, business or chatting or personal use or advertising, I think much more than the privacy concern would be the depth of penetration. WhatsApp obviously had a first mover's advantage in that. So now that this space is maturing, we may expect other players, but having said that, the penetration by other players have just simply not happened because the reach isn't there with them. Meta has actually very intelligently aggregated by acquiring Facebook and then Instagram and then now the virtual reality. So the family of apps is a huge advantage that they have.
Dhirendra, would you concur with Sanchita that privacy is a secondary concern, probably not a concern for some at all?
In fact, when it comes to, unless you are into some criminal activity, privacy is not much of a concern with WhatsApp. Facebook, yes, it is a concern because Facebook succeeds on user information and targeting ads, and which is way too customized. Likewise, Instagram is evolving as a very useful platform for marketeers, which is once again thriving on users profiling. But in case of WhatsApp, unless you have something to worry about or your questionable activities, I think it's a reasonably secure network, and it's mostly used for one-to-one communication.
But a lot of, Sanchita, businesses also depend on WhatsApp now, as our report pointed out. Has that expanded their base?
Yes, most definitely, absolutely. And what was rightly pointed out by Dhirendra ji, for you to use WhatsApp, you would need another person on WhatsApp, right? That two-way level of communication needs to be there. The other competition does not seem to have that many users. So in today's date, say for example, even if I want to use Signal, right? Whom do I chat with on Signal? Or because there's nobody else there, right? So things like that. WhatsApp has been widely adopted for personal business users, advertising, all of that, because of its sheer first movers advantage and the penetration that it has had.
All right. Sanchita and Dhirendra, both of you, many thanks for joining us here on this discussion. With that, we're taking a very quick break. News and updates will continue. Stay with us.